So admit it. You guys thought I was going to Vontae Davis this entire video recap thing, didn't you? Nope, sorry. You're stuck with me for the entire fantasy season. The updates are just going to be a little later than usual because hockey is back. I don't know if you guys heard, but the Washington Capitals are Stanley Cup champions. And it's especially good because that means I get to see the city of Pittsburgh suffer in two sports. Yeah, the Steelers are collapsing in on themselves like a neutron fucking star. They're actually making the Browns look like they have their shit together. Fuck, maybe the Browns do have their shit together. I don't know if I can handle that, NFL. So let's start with what ended up being our game of the week. Utopia Nubbins versus the Jay Cutler Hate Zone. So after Oreo spent half the weekend complaining that he lost his 3rd round pick to injury and his 4th round pick to some kind of weird trade thing and his 7th round pick to injury and now his kicker to injury, which, by the way, that's what you get for drafting a kicker in the 13th round. What the hell's wrong with you? The Nubs battled back because Matthew Stafford is bad at actual football, but actually pretty good for fantasy players. Also because Todd Gurley is Todd Gurley. 3 touchdowns and a 2-point conversion will win you a lot of leagues. The haters' luck ran out despite another monster day from Michael Thomas because Jack Doyle is just not good. Eric Ebron is stealing all of his touchdowns, and despite picking up Will Dissly or Dissy or whatever his name is, you have to actually play him to get his points. So the Nubs go to 2-0 and are the #1 team in the league, and I don't even know how to handle that. Forget it. Hey, speaking of forgetting things, basically everything I said about Agra and Diz last week are wrong. Deshaun Watson, decidedly not a fluke, 23 points on the day. Add in double-digit points from Marshawn Lynch and Devontae Adams and Marvin Jones Jr., and the Collies had a pretty damn good day. The Foxies, meanwhile, didn't even get their full projections out of Aaron Rodgers and played Kenny Stills. Like, on purpose. Come on, Agra, he's a Dolphin. You knew he was going to find a way to fuck that up. Add in Dion Lewis letting him down because the Titans are just not good at professional gridiron American football. And sprinkle in a 24-point day from Melvin Gordon to give you just enough hope before eventually blowing it and giving the Collies a win. Now, normally I make fun of GMs who draft hometown players in order to boost up their team. But Teo, you can draft as many Chiefs as you want if they score 38 points every week. Sure, it doesn't hurt that you also have AJ Green and Stephon Diggs, who had 5 touchdowns between them. Good job on scoring a ton of points and winning. Those are the 2 things you want to do, so good job. The Arctics unfortunately only did one of those things. You did manage to score a lot of points. Ben Roethlisberger was a beast, scoring almost as many points as Mahomes. But other than Travis Kelce, another Chief, by the way, everyone else just sucked. Julio sucked, Corey Davis sucked, Alfred Morris sucked. They were all bad dogs. Oh hey, speaking of things that sucked, the game between Quarterback Sneak and Inebriated. Rob Gronkowski had less than 2 points. Rob Gronkowski doesn't have less than 2 of anything. I'm pretty sure in one of those nude pics he's got 3 balls because he's a superhuman frat boy. Rivy doesn't win it because he played Garoppolo, who was fine. He doesn't win it because he played Tyreek Hill, who was fine. He wins it because he played Juju Smith-Schuster. Twice the last name gets twice his projections. Meanwhile, Dusk, you lost to a team that didn't show up for the draft and forgot to play a defense in week 2. Out of curiosity, which do you think is larger, the number of points that you left on the bench this week, or the number of jizz stains you usually leave behind during a convention? It's still the jizz stains. And hey, congratulations to Fumbling Foxcoons on their first win in WAG. All it took was you playing a divisional opponent who couldn't muster 70 points and get Leonard Fournette out of his lineup when he was declared out. Not that it really would have mattered, because even if Backfield Bunnies had played their best possible lineup, they still would have lost by 12 points because their next best running back is LeGarrette Blount. Fumblers actually really had it going on this week. Jared Goff had 19 points, Adam Thielen had 19 points, Nelson Aguilar got into double digits, and the Chargers put up 10 points. Which brings me to the other half of this. If you're going to draft a defense in the 9th round, they got to score more than 5 points. So which was worse, the Mews drafting a kicker in the 13th, or the Bunnies drafting a defense in the 9th? Vote in the comments below. I'm just kidding, don't vote, I don't give a shit what you think. And finally this week, the Blues took down the Foxtails. I know, a fox is tail down, it's weird. Okay, not that weird when Cam Newton and Alvin Kamara make up half your points. But don't go celebrating too hard there, Albaz. You got like 1/3 of your points from your kicker and your defense. Yeah, the Bears got a bunch of sacks and a touchdown, and defenses are fluky. And that's the end of week 2, which means we get a standings update this week. Utopia Nubbins holds on to the top spot with just an 8-point lead over Inebriated. Icing the Liquor, the Jay Cutler Hate Zone, and Quarterbuck Sneak hold on to the 2, 3, and 4 spots atop their divisions, while Inebriated at 2-0, and the Jacksonville Foxies at 1-1 hold on to the final 2 playoff spots in these early season updates. Meanwhile, the rest of our 1-1 teams, Blue Blue Blue, DeHard Luck Collies, Fumbling Foxcoons, and Backfield Bunnies, round out the teams on the outside looking in, while the Swishing Foxtails and Alaskan Arctics sit at 0-2, despite the fact that the Arctics have more points than half the fucking league. And that's it for week 2. Congratulations to our winners, to our losers, good luck next week, and as always, DFTBA.